Spin method number 4. It doesn't really matter if the dates failed. The end is still near. Here's from William Miller. I confess my error and acknowledge my disappointment. Yet I still believe that the day of the Lord is near, even at the door. Here's some Watchtower spin after 1914. This was actually written during. There is absolutely no ground for Bible students to question that the consummation of this gospel age is now even at the door, and that it will end as the scriptures foretell in a great time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation. We see the participants in this great crisis banding themselves together. The great crisis, the great clash that will consume the ecclesiastical heavens and the social earth is very near. And we could go on all night forever giving Watchtower quotes from its history up until now that the end is near. Spin number 5. It was a test of faith. Here's from the Advent Herald. An indefinite period will open our hearts to us and test the nature of our faith as never before. That was in 1845. Here's the Proclaimer's book referring to 1914 predictions. The Bible students had come through a difficult test. Here's a quote from the Watchtower referring to 1975. Although these tests resulted in a sifting, and some blew away like chaff when wheat is winnowed, others remained firm. Spin number 6. Move away from setting a specific date, but claim that we're in a special time period right before the end. George Storrs claimed that they were in the time of the pouring out of the 6th vial in Revelation. Many Second Adventists latched onto the phrase, this generation, using various starting points. Sound familiar? Watchtower has copied this tactic. They've also used this generation for years in relation to the start point of 1914. The definition of generation has gotten longer and longer over time, and their desperation regarding this was revealed by the bizarre overlapping generation teaching. Judge Rutherford's Millions Now Living Will Never Die campaign. Giving a period of time in which something will occur instead of a date can still generate urgency, but it is easier to ease out of it gradually as it fails. Number 7. It was the right date, but the wrong understanding of what would occur. It was fulfilled, invisibly. The first to use this line of reasoning was Ellen G. White. She taught that William Miller's 1844 date did not fail, but the expectation of what would occur was wrong. What really happened was that Christ entered the Holy of Holies in the heavenly sanctuary and began the investigative judgment. Nelson Barber predicted visible events for 1873 and then 1874, but after claimed the date was correct but fulfilled by invisible events. Charles Taze Russell predicted visible and cataclysmic events for the year 1914 or 15, none of which were fulfilled. By 1930, the Society claimed that the prediction was fulfilled and Christ did come, albeit invisibly. So, in conclusion, remember the Second Advent movement. Remember that the Watchtower began as just one publication among many, featuring prophetic end-time speculations in the mid to late 1800s. Charles Russell was just one prophetic speculator among many, claiming special insight for the last days, in that era of frenetic last days madness. The Watchtower Society was just one group among others that tried to somehow salvage aspects of the failed Millerite predictions.